Yes.
Okay. Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey everybody, welcome to another fabulous and fantastic and extremely glowy Ask an Engineer. We're broadcasting live from downtown Manhattan in the Adafruit factory headquarters. It's me, the Lady Ada, the engineer, and with me is Phil,
Hello.
puppeteer,
Yeah.
and audio video control.
I do stuff over here.
You're still in the AV club, from like high school to now.
I never left the AV club,
You're
or the
still
art club, or the chess club, or the computer
chess
club.
club. Yeah, okay.
This is a Spanish club because then you got to go on special field trips. Anyways,
All right, we got an exciting show tonight.
we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. You ready? Here we go. Buckle in. Tonight the code is Gemma, 10% off everything in the Adafruit store, including our new product, Gemma. The code is Gemma. We'll go over the show and tell. People from around the world showing their cool projects. We got Pack of the Mailbag, bringing in some mail from customers and community around the world. Adafruit Learning System, over like 308 tutorials now. We'll talk about
we're
just a
closing
few.
on 310.
Wearable Wednesday, a special teardown video of a cool product with Becky Stern and Lady Ada. Cool stuff on 3D Thursdays. Pi Day, got a special cool project and something new from Google. Got new products, lots and lots of new products. Answer your questions, a trivia question, show a picture of MOSFET at the end, all that and more on Ask an Engineer.
Yeah,
All right,
exciting show.
yap. Okay,
You can tell I'm excited. We had a resting day, so we're kind of chill. We're a little chill
yeah.
day.
Um,
I was like wiped. We had like 8 new tutorials this week.
yeah, we had a lot of stuff.
So we didn't have tutorials for like a week or two, and then like they all piled in.
Yeah, someone wanted to know why we were not drinking beer. There's no beer here, and we have a keg that will be tweeting soon.
If I was drinking beer, I would be asleep by now.
Yeah.
I actually can't.
And also, I'm not sure about the future of drinking beer on the show. I don't know. You and I have never talked about this. Do we have?
Roz likes beer, but I'm not a beer drinker.
Yeah, you don't drink that much, and I go in
Sometimes
waves.
you like-
Sometimes I drink, sometimes I don't. But it's a good question because
I don't need to drink to engineer.
we have a lot of we have a lot of younger kids, and so I think one of the ways we're solving that at our company here, because not everyone drinks, is we have a root beer
right.
keg, and we're going to have a alcohol beer keg.
The birch beer keg is also.
Yeah. So I think I might just say like fermented beverages might just be a thing. We'll have kombucha on here once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know the answer.
Well, we do have liquids.
Yeah.
I have a mango drink.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
You gotta get your vitamins too, not just your.
Yeah. I don't want to get scurvy again.
No.
Okay. Let's just start off with paying some bills. Skills for bills. Gemma is the code, 10% off everything in the Adafruit store. Now, when we get MakerBots in stock, I always say this because it's a little painful, but I'd rather just, it's like a Band-Aid, you just rip it off fast. So, we have MakerBot Replicator 2s in stock. We only have a few. They're Adafruit edition. And if you're ever thinking about getting a 3D printer, the 10% off coupon that's active till 11:59 tonight
It's a good deal.
is a good deal. You get 10% off. You get free UPS ground shipping in the U.S.
You get a Raspberry Pi, a
Not-
Minty Boost.
Not Hawaii and Alaska.
What's wrong with the Hawaii and Alaska?
That's not free
Oh,
UPS
not the
ground.
UPS ground, sure.
Yeah. And then you get all these Adafruit kits, value-added kits
Yeah.
that goes along with it, and stuff to print out with it. And it's a good deal. It's actually a little bit too good of a deal, but if you're watching the show, we're okay with it. Because
It's a good time to get your replicator.
Yeah, so that is a thing. Okay, first up, show and tell. We had some great folks. Lady Ada, who was on the show and tell, and what did they do?
It was a pretty cozy show and tell. We had 2 people on the show. We had Michael, who showed off. He built one of the triple nickel kits from Evil Mad Science. I think they call it like the 3.5s kit. But I'm just gonna call it triple nickel because that's a cool name.
Triple nickel is very cool.
Yeah, thanks Todd Bailey for teaching me that. So he made a 3D printed breadboard for this big 555 timer. Actually, we got the kits in on Friday, so we're going to have them in the store soon, the 555 timer kits. He also talked about the Cupertino ham swap fest that they have, which is cool. I'm sure there's like some great stuff there. And also they're doing like a parachute thing where they're going to like, they're instrumenting themselves, all these sensors, and they're doing a parachute jump. So check the video, which is already probably live on YouTube, with the details on how you can watch their blood oxygen level while they jump out of a plane. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. I don't know what else it could be.
I don't know what else, but if it isn't, that's what it sounds like. So
Yeah.
check that out. And they're on Twitter also at aprs.fi. And then Tony came back. Tony, who is now famous for showing off his awesome Raspberry Pi cat exercise / torture device using a laser.
You think this is cat torture? It's not. So this is a telepresence cat laser pointer. So you can use a Raspberry Pi and you can go on the web and control a laser pointer over the web, and the cat plays the laser pointer. This is not cat torture. The UN, everyone agrees this is not cat torture. Everyone.
All I knew is that whenever I do things that I consider fun to the cat, eventually he bites me.
He's playful.
He's a little nibbly.
Yeah. This is not cat torture.
If I have the little stick with the feather on it, eventually he swipes me.
Do you think that's cat torture?
It frustrates him.
Do you think that's cat torture?
I mean, it's not torture. It's not actually torture, but it's like...
Yeah. So this is a really fun project.
Going to the gym is also torture, by the way.
The cat does not go... Cats don't go to gyms.
This is equivalent of cat gym.
No, it's just like they're just playing.
Anyways, This is a cool project, and he came back, and now he has a purring detector, and he's going to try to detect when the cat is purring. This cat is... And then there's like a microphone and a teensy, and he's doing FFT on it. And he analyzed some cat purring audio samples, and he believes it's around 50 hertz. So maybe we'll check in later, and we'll see how this purring detection cat collar is going.
Yeah. How do people get on the show and tell?
First, you have to have a cat. Second, you have to go to our show and tell circle, which is at plus.google.com/+Adafruit. And you look for the post where you say, comment here to get added to the circle. Once we add you to the circle, then every week, at 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, you will get invited to show off your awesome project.
Okay. All right. And everyone who is on the show and tell, email support@adafruit.com, and you get it as seen on the show and tell.
Nice vinyl sticker. Put it on your project.
Sticker.
You can collect as many stickers as you want, but you have to show off different projects.
Yeah. Okay.
Most people have like 2 or 3 projects working on.
All right. Next up. This is news around Adafruit. Jessica, who's been here at Adafruit for a while, that's also Will next to her.
Yeah, Will's in production.
Yeah, Jessica is now one of the lead support people on our community and support team.
She's actually, despite this photo being extremely serious and intense, she's actually extremely kind and helpful.
Yeah.
To customers, but it's like in this photo, she just looks a little bit like a vampire or something.
Yeah, and she'll be heading up a lot of blog efforts that you see on the site, and also our Ada Lovelace Day coverage. So that'll be...
So now we have a team of customer support reps out to help people.
Yeah.
Mostly with address changes.
Okay. Next up, news in the maker world. This is big news.
Big news.
So I saw
you were
this.
excited about this.
I saw this on MarketWire, because I guess that's where you put press releases. So Make just hired, got an awesome person, and it's Greg. I'm not going to probably pronounce it right. Brandow.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Brandadu. I think it's Brandow.
Yeah, Brandow.
He was a former Pixar Disney technology operations head, and he used to also be at Next Computer.
Intense.
So
and from MIT.
Yeah, and from MIT. So as far as
I wonder what year and course he was.
Yeah. So as far as people to lead Make and kind of really expand where the brand can go. So one of the things that's interesting is this year, Maker Faire is sponsored by Disney in New York. Yeah. Well, the Goldsmith sponsor.
The big sponsorship.
The big sponsor, yeah.
So it's interesting. A team up between Make and Disney is powerful.
Yeah, and I also think...
And a good choice.
Yeah, and Make spun off from O'Reilly, and now it's Maker Media, and Make is a startup. Yeah. And Make is getting funding, and they are a company that will, once it's acquired, merged,
or sold,
IPO, or go away. And those are we're rooting for Make to go big and keep going. So this is really interesting because someone who's been at Disney and Pixar and Next Computer is a big deal.
All of whom went public. Well, Next didn't go public, but it got acquired.
Kind of merged with Apple. And really able to probably see a very large picture of where Make can go. So for me, I'm pretty much retired out of make. I do talk to the folks over there on a regular
Yeah.
basis. I wish I had more time to write. I have the editor at large.
Well, actually, Make's been around for 10 years.
9 years this month.
9 years.
Yeah. And so I still try to keep tabs on it. I wish I had time to write some of the kind of maker business articles or some of the bigger ones that I used to. And so I care deeply about who's kind of steering the ship there and who they're getting to work with them to turn Make into what I think is going to be a global brand, something that everyone can participate in with some way. You got maker fairs around the world. You got all sorts of things. So.
Yeah, well,
Anyways.
it's interesting because a maker fair is kind of like that could be the future of what like a Disney theme park would be, right? Instead of just going to this park and you go on rides, it's actually more like a maker fair where it's more like crowdsourced rides and entertainment, and then you make something as well and you maybe learn something. So that could be an interesting alternative to just like I've never been to a theme park actually.
Yeah, I could see Epcot Center having like a Make Pavilion.
Yeah.
Where you go and it's like this is like the DIY world.
Because there's like animatronics, but what about building animatronics, right? Or there's like animations and shows, and I think you really like the wonderful world of Disney.
Yeah, one of the reasons I like Disney is because they're not scared to go into any type of platform. Like when TV came out, they jumped in TV, and TV was like black and white and crappy, and they just like went in and did a great job. Everywhere, computer animation, you name it, Disney.
Yeah.
They just jump in. They'll have something for every platform, every system. They also manage to have a fairly good, I guess, vibe in the world. You never hear about Disney avoiding taxes or something like that.
Yeah.
They're not one of those companies that are always in trouble. So they manage to do
It's a good
pretty
partner.
well.
It's a good partner.
So I think
Makes a good partner for them.
yeah. So I think it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Okay.
More as that comes out.
Yeah. Back in the mailbag. Packet delivers mail every week. So this week's mailbag came in the form of a tweet.
Oh.
Yes.
Tweet bag.
Yeah.
Lucas short.
Lucas Dove says, just wanted to let everyone know Adafruit has the best customer service ever. Loyal customer as long as you guys are around. Thank you so much, Lucas. Yeah, we've been expanding our community and support team from, I think, hands down is the best support in the world.
Fastest.
In the forums. So step-by-step help on the things that you get from Adafruit because electronics are complicated and hard. And that's what you get when you buy stuff from us. And then anything to do with your order, our response time during the workday is sometimes in seconds.
Yeah.
But even like basically, 24/7, we're doing really well. And that's been going on for...
Yeah, and we respond to any questions or concerns as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's worked out.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's worked out. So thank you, and thank you for sending those letters. And
Yay, send more letters.
Adafruit Learning System. Adafruit Learning System hit a big milestone.
Yes.
300. I don't
Not
have...
only did we hit 300, we blew past it.
Yeah.
We were at 299, and then we just went to like 308, 305 or whatever.
300 tutorials, and I don't have any good 300 quotes. Like this is Sparta, like this is learning. I don't have any. I don't have one that...
This is Arduino.
Yeah,
I
see,
It doesn't.
it doesn't.
This is Adafruit. I don't know.
Yeah. So the thing is, we have a few, and then maybe you can talk about this, Lady Ada.
Okay.
This is the Data Logger Shield update. We had an update.
What did I update?
You updated it.
Damn, I don't even remember what I updated.
Really?
What did I update? Oh, I updated a more detailed pinout diagram just because people were asking, like, what are all the extra breakouts on there for? So I wrote up a little bit of more of a...
Yeah. This is why we can't drink on the show anymore. We're just too tired.
I am so
All right, next up. The next one we do know
Woo!
next one we do know this one.
This one I know. This was a guest tutorial.
Yeah.
Actually by someone who was on the show and tell a couple weeks
That's
ago.
right.
And showed off his barbecue smoker that was connected to a thermo. He was measuring the temperature of the barbecue smoker with a thermocouple connected to a breakout, and then to the electric imp and the electric imp B, which is the board, the green board that it slots into that we have in the Adafruit shop. And we're like, that's really cool. We haven't actually seen a lot of projects with the electric imp, and he offered to put up the tutorial on the Learn system, and he did. And it's really great. It's a very easy tutorial. A lot of people like to do temperature sensing. He shows how to connect it up, how to get it tweeting, how to use the electric imp infrastructure. So yeah, it's really cool and very powerful to check out. It's a good alternative. We have the electric imp and the CC3000. The electric imp uses a cloud-based service, which means it's a little easier to get going and it's a little more powerful, but in what it can do, because it has this cloud backend that it can manage with. But you do need to use that service. The CC3000, on the other hand, is a raw like Wi-Fi chip. So you know, if you want to connect to Twitter, you have to write that Twitter interface code, etc. So it doesn't need a cloud service. It runs on its own, but trade-off is it's a little more difficult to use.
Okay. Next up, another interesting product that we wanted to give some love to, the Netduino with the NeoPixels.
Yeah, it's interesting. So the Netduino is actually an interpreted microcontroller platform. So it's an ARM Cortex M3, I think, or SAM chip. Actually, I don't remember the exact part number. And it's very powerful. It runs like 160 megahertz or something, and it's very big, it's very fast, it's very powerful, and we really like the Netduino. What it does is it runs an interpreted bytecode .NET, which means that because it's interpreted, it's very powerful because you have a lot of high-level functionality, but the trade-off is you can't flip bits up and down really fast arbitrarily. You can do SPI and I2C, and that's built into the firmware, but it doesn't have default firmware support for NeoPixels. And NeoPixels, because they only use one pin, they have the bit timing has to be perfect for the NeoPixels. And ironically, a low-powered chip like an Arduino or a Trinket or Gemma even, even like a $3 microcontroller can drive it a little easier than the Netduino because this is interpreted. However, our awesome firmware engineer, Frank Zhao, did an awesome job making a firmware modification to the Netduino Plus. He added firmware support for the NeoPixel, so you can tell it which pin you want it to drive, and it can drive like a couple thousand or something pixels quite well. And you can integrate it from .NET with a DLL, so if you're all excited about DLLs, you load it in, and it works great. You can drive almost as many pixels as you want.
Netduino, a fantastic New York company.
Yeah, they're down the
Secret
street
Labs.
in Soho. So back it up, Soho, with all these cool electronics. Also, nice blue headers. Anyways, check it out if you're into Netduino and you want to do NeoPixels.
Next up, servo and a Trinket.
Servo and a Trinket. Yeah, so we have a tutorial, which was also guest written. And I can't remember anybody's name right now. I don't even remember my name. But
Mike did the Trinket one.
Mike did
yeah.
Okay. So this tutorial, well, we use release Trinket, which is our ultra low cost, ultra small microcontroller that you can program with the Arduino IDE. And it only has a couple pins, but you can still do a couple things with it. So one of the tutorials we did today, we showed how you can control servos. Up to 3 servos can be controlled from a Trinket. And even though it doesn't have hardware support, you can kind of do some tricks with timer 0 and piggybacking and a little bit of a library that I wrote to help you out. And it actually works really well and almost no jitter on the servos. They're actually quite stable, so you can control any size servos as long as you power them with 5 volts. So we're kind of slowly getting out Trinket tutorials, like expect one a week or so-ish. We'll probably do an LCD one shortly and a couple more temperature sensors or something, or humidity sensors. That's very common. People want to do that. Do a project with just like a servo and a potentiometer, and like it doesn't do much more than that. Trinket can do the job.
Trinket's perfect. $7.95, and it's on sale right now because we have our code Gemma. You can just put it in a project, and it can be thrown away.
Yeah.
Or
well, I won't throw it away.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the end of the world.
You're done. You don't have to
get
it later.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. Like I think a lot of people they have portable projects, but they're reluctant to let $35 to $60 disappear if it's a portable thing, if it's an outside thing, if it's there's a lot of stuff, and a lot of projects are starting to be like mobile and wearable.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Oh, I fall asleep. Okay.
Next up, the next tutorial that we have is one that you were actually wearing earlier.
Yeah. Why don't you?
Want me to dim the lights?
Yeah. Why don't you dim the lights and I can demo this? Cause
double camera.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't even have the goggles. I have double vision.
Yeah.
I'm not even drinking. So this is an awesome Phil B project with his animated GIF skills shown off here. He took the NeoPixel rings, which we have in the store, little rings of NeoPixels, And he hooked them up to a Trinket and a little battery, and he made LED goggles, which is actually what I designed the NeoPixel rings for in the first place. So it's kind of ironic that like it took us a while, but we finally got the tutorial out. And I built my own. So this is my version of the Trinket goggles. Second. So mine are a little different. Mine actually have a little bit less space in the body. So instead of having it be hollow, I mean, I can't see them because I put a diffuser up.
Yeah.
But let's see, get these centered. It's hard to center them, but yeah. So I've got these goggles, and you can see.
Put this on me.
What? You want to wear some? So yeah, this is the effect with the.
Maybe a little necklace. Oh, a little necklace.
Yeah, we got more. We got.
Yeah.
I'll show that when we talk about the Gemma.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we got these goggles. This is like the default software. So it's just a cool way to make a fun little accessory. And I might make this also have a flashlight mode, so it's all white, and that way I can like see around me too.
Yeah.
But if you like wearing goggles, and who doesn't, whether you're goth or steampunk or just really like welding.
Tron Punk is the new thing.
Tron Punk.
I don't know if you heard.
Whatever it takes, build yourself some LED goggles.
Yeah.
This awesome tutorial.
Yeah, and all
it's
this
actually
is
a really easy project. I did it in like an hour.
all these are on learn.adafruit.com.
Yeah.
George Graves, our fellow in Washington State, is in here today. He normally puts the links in the chat.
Oh, you have to go to learn.adafruit.com
Yeah.
and look for the animated GIF that looks like
It's a good place to go anyways.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we're going to hop over to Wearable Wednesday. I'm going to keep it in dark mode right now. Yeah. We're going to hop over to Wearable Wednesday. Wearable Wednesday, all the cool things in the world of wearables. This week in wearables, we'll talk about Gemma, which we just released, but Becky and Lady Ada did a teardown of a very cool product that will notify someone that you choose if you want, if you fall off your bicycle.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
like sensors, and
Yeah.
it Bluetooth pairs,
Yeah.
and alerts people if you get into an accident.
It's called the Ice Dot. And here is the video.
Uh-oh.
Huh.
Oh, no. Okay. Hold on.
Here's the video.
Hold on.
I really mean it this
Another
time.
wearable teardown here at Adafruit. Today we're looking at the Ice Dot. It's a crash sensor for extreme sports. So you put it on your bike helmet and it can tell if you've been in an accident. It's got low power Bluetooth and pairs with an app for your phone. So if you don't check in with the phone app after a certain amount of countdown, it'll notify people on your emergency contact list. It's a pretty cool gadget, and we'd like to see how it works on the inside. Here's Lady Ada to take a look at the board.
So we got under the microscope, and one of the things that manufacturers often do when they're going to add Bluetooth or BTLE to their product is they use a module. So you can see here there's actually another circuit board that's been soldered onto the main board, and that's a Bluetooth low energy module. Here you can see the antenna, there's some capacitors and components. This is something that they bought for like $5 to $10. You know, it has FCC certification ready to go, kind of works, you don't have to worry about RF stuff. They can get going really fast. Also on this side is maybe some sort of voltage regulator, a lot of test points. That means this is probably a really good design. Somebody thought ahead of time about how they're going to test this product. So then let's flip it over. Flip over. So on this side we've got a micro USB port, and that's what you use to recharge it because you've got this rechargeable battery. And here's that port where you can plug in the little battery, little removable port, which is really handy. You can pick and place that and then plug in the battery later. The battery has a nice protection circuit on it. Yeah, protection circuitry, awesome. 120 milliamp hour standard little LiPo. Over here, we've got a whole bunch of surface mount chips, and we actually looked up the part numbers ahead of time so that we could tell you exactly what they are. So this is a TI BQ model, their series, the BQ series of LiPo chargers. This is a really nice quality LiPo charger, and they even have here, you see NTC, and that's a temperature sensor. So they make sure that they don't accidentally overcharge or overheat the LiPo batteries. Really good design there. And then you can see that plugs in right here to the battery. And over here is actually where we've got the good stuff. So this is actually the gyro that we also have in the Adafruit shop. It's the L3D20 gyro, which is an awesome gyro, triple axis gyro. And over here is a LIS 3DH triple axis accelerometer. It's a really low cost but very good quality accelerometer, only about $1. So the accelerometer plus gyro adds 6 degrees of motion control detection. And the reason they probably wanted this is they wanted detection not only movement, which is what accelerometers are good at, but also if you twist and fall or if something gets snapped. That's something a gyro would be really good for. So that's why they have both sensors. A gyro is pretty expensive, so they went all out here. Part of the circuitry, so that's pretty cool. We've got some sensors that are even Arduino compatible. And then finally there's a sticker here, and this is a QR code probably for batch testing. That's really good quality too. It means that they're keeping track of manufacturing, so if something goes wrong with one of their sensors, they can track through the manufacturing process maybe what went wrong from the end of the testing procedure back to the assembly procedure. So finally, we're going to look at the other side. One thing you may have noticed that we didn't see is a microcontroller. Usually we take apart a project and there's a little microcontroller, either a low-cost 8051 or maybe an Atmel or something from ST. Usually there's some processor that does the sensing and audio button management, and you don't see that here. But these sensors are I2C or SPI, so there has to be some sort of digital logic somewhere to take that and transform it into the Bluetooth Low Energy data. And actually what's cool about this is it's probably under here. Oftentimes these modules, they do the Bluetooth Low Energy, they also have a little microcontroller inside. And if you're looking to cut costs and also improve reliability, you can reprogram that microcontroller. So let's take it apart. Okay. Using our professional can remover diagonal cutter, not really, you can use anything. We've pried the little metallic can, which is the RF shield, off of this. So let's look at what's here. So yeah, there's a microcontroller in there. It's the CC2540. That's a TI microcontroller, Bluetooth Low Energy controller. Not surprising, TI kind of has this market mostly covered. So this is a pretty intense chip that also has an RF built into it, so you can program it with the TI compiler, and it also does the Bluetooth, so you get like double your money, I guess. This is a pretty intense piece of engineering, really nicely done. I really like this design, and hopefully it will also keep you safe.
For this and many other teardowns, we use the Adafruit USB microscope with its articulated stand, diagonal cutters, and precision screwdriver set.
So we hope you like seeing the inside of the IceDot crash sensor. If there's a wearable gadget you'd like to see us tear down, post it up in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the Adafruit channel on YouTube, and I'll see you on another Wearable Wednesday.
Okay, and don't forget to watch on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern.
Live.
Breakout Hit.
Yeah.
The most popular live wearable electronics show in the world.
Wow. It's the only one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the most popular
but
one.
It is the best.
It's the most popular one,
yeah,
yes.
It's cool.
Critically acclaimed.
We only need 3 more shows to have a network.
Yeah.
Get on that.
Yeah, we're working on it. Okay. Next up, we have 3D Thursday. Notes, there's a lot of posts on there, but here's the ones that I wanted to mention. So on Monday, there's a live Google Hangout with Bree that Make's doing.
For what?
They're just interviewing him about the MakerBot acquisition, about Digitizer.
What's up? Digitizer, the next maybe the next replicator.
Yeah.
Are they going to have like an Apple style event where it's like one more thing? And it's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they will.
Okay.
I think they'll probably just talk about 3D printers.
Okay.
And speaking of, don't forget on the Adafruit site, the Digitizer is coming shortly. Sign up. They're probably going to go really fast. And as another reminder, we have MakerBots in stock.
The Adafruit edition.
The Adafruit edition.
That's why it takes us a while, because we order them to custom make them with the Adafruit plate thingy.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And don't forget, MakerBot's a really good deal now if you use the code Gemma, 10% off everything in the Adafruit store, including MakerBot.
I think this photo makes the Gemma look like it's like 10 inches tall.
It is.
It's like 1 foot. It's like that's the most gigantic USB jack ever.
Yeah, John Janier and I were talking about this, and we think it's an early Ferengi ship because they have these little. It only just goes back to Star Trek. But anyways, okay. Next up.
I do use gold-plated platinum connectors.
You do?
For good connectivity.
Yeah.
Does it call it? Wait, gold-plated platinum? What is it?
Gold press
Gold press platinum.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pi Day is every Friday on the Adafruit site, and that's another thing that's just like it's taken off. Now every Friday's Pi Day. We see Pi Day.
Fridays everywhere.
Yeah, we see Pi Day on other sites, and people use the hashtag on Twitter and all that stuff. It's really cool. This week on the Adafruit Learning System, we have the Raspberry Pi cat laser project.
Yes,
And
not cat torture, cat exercise and entertainment.
Yeah, and
device.
you can see it uses the cobbler and
It uses a Raspberry
servo.
Pi. Uses
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi module. There's a cobbler to connect to our servo driver. You might be able to eventually drive the servos directly from the Raspberry Pi. I know some people have been doing some work on getting that firmware for like direct servo control. But you can also just use our servo driver, which works really fantastically. It's very easy to use. And then it has 2 servos, and they're glued at right angles. So one is like X and one is Y, and then it's held in that vise. And then on top of the servo is the laser pointer, and then there's a web camera for entertainment and feedback. And then using, I think, Flask and Python, which is really common. I should check out Flask because a lot of projects tend to use it. You can make your own basic web interface.
Yeah.
To, as you can see here, you can see the cat. Oh, can you hide us?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see the cat, and you can click to make the laser pointer jump to that spot. So you calibrate it, and then you can actually sort of play like missile command.
Yeah.
But it's like missile cat command.
So that's one of the Pi Day projects. Another one is ours, and this is on the Adafruit Learning System. And if you ever use a device like a Android tablet or an iPad or a phone and a mobile
Or your
device,
Xbox or whatever.
or anything that you're using the internet for,
But you can't install
an ad blocker.
ad blockers because usually they're extensions or other
Yeah.
software.
This is for you. This turns a Raspberry Pi into an ad blocker. So we got this no ads, stop ads. And then here's a little animated GIF. And this is what CNN looks like before. Boop. And then after. So what you do is you just go to the network that you made with the Raspberry
Yeah.
Pi. Your internet connection goes through the
Ethernet
Pi.
comes in.
Wi-Fi goes out.
Wi-Fi goes out.
Ad free.
Ad free.
Ad free.
Oh, pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah. What it does is it actually blocks at the DNS level, so it works with SSL. Works with. It actually
Yeah.
even works with email. If you have email that has ads in it,
Yeah.
sometimes there's images or whatever, they try to embed stuff in your email. Also,
Yeah.
a lot of malware gets distributed through these sites, and so it's
Yeah.
actually good. It also protects your computer.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of situations. I've heard like 3 or 4 different times
Yeah.
where ad networks get taken over and they're used as malware distribution. That happened like a few months ago. I remember it happened
Yeah.
on like Huffington Post.
What's cool about using this is the Adafruit site has no ads. We have a very popular
you
blog.
cannot tell the
The
difference.
Adafruit blog has 11 million page views a month now. Well, the Adafruit property, I should say, 11 million page
and
views
we
a
don't
month.
monetize them at all.
And we don't have ads, and so when you turn it on, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I'll say this: there was a couple people in the advertising biz who do not like this project, Lady Ada.
It's
So
true.
we are going to probably make one.
We're gonna make another version.
We're going
of
to make
this
another
project.
version, and all it does is display
Well,
ads.
it takes out the content from the website
Yeah.
because the ads are the most interesting thing.
Yeah.
And it just
Some
shows
sites
the
you may
ads.
not notice a difference.
And it just shows you ads. So it'll just be the advertising
Yeah.
products. So yeah, so that will be.
So go to your favorite sites, but only see the ads displayed.
Because that's what I go to.
kind of the future.
Websites for.
Okay.
Anyways, but it's a fun project. It builds. It's actually kind of similar to our Onion Pie project.
Yeah.
Which Tor routes all your traffic. That one was very popular.
Yeah.
For people with privacy concerns, also you can set up as a Tor router very easily.
Yeah. By the way, like a couple of people were not happy with us showing how to do this project, and one of the things I thought about is like, if you like, I don't have a kid or any a young person I have to look after, but if I did, I don't think I'd want them to use the web with ads all over it. I would, like.
Yeah. Also, you could block sites that you don't want your kid going to.
Yeah.
There's lists of sites that are not kid friendly. And then you could block those as well. But yeah, I think kids should probably browse ad free. Also, it's not like they still get the viewership.
Yeah.
You just don't get the impressions or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
If some people are like, oh, like you're taking away money from website owners, but if you spent the effort to learn how to set up a Linux machine, I think you deserve the
Yeah, and
to see internet ad free.
And it's only going to be a few thousand people who make these. It's not
Yeah.
like these are not people that we're going to be clicking on.
Compared to the people who have ad blocker
Yeah.
Firefox extensions,
Yeah.
a lot of people. Also, like my tablet, it's really slow with all the ads sometimes because they're animated, and they take up the whole screen, and then I can't close them because they make the X really small. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You ever seen that? Like they take up the whole screen, and then like you have to close it, but you can't, and so you accidentally click on the car, and then you're like somehow on like the Lexus website.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna buy a Lexus, dudes.
Okay, next up, Google released something called Coder for Raspberry Pi. This is a big deal. So
Very interesting.
Google has their own Raspberry Pi OS now,
Yeah.
and you pop it on a card, and then it teaches you how to code. Oddly enough, I know the folks there that worked on this.
Yeah.
Jason Striegel is one of them. He was at, speaking of advertising, I worked with him in an advertising agency named Fallon, and he's a very talented programmer. And he also was, I worked with him on Hackaday, and then at Make, he did a lot of stuff. But anyways, he came up with a really, and there was other people there, I'm sure, at Google. I just happen to know him. Worked on this really cool system that teaches, especially young people, how to code.
It's actually a little bit like the Web IDE, which is neat, except it's for web-based programming only, like HTML and CSS and JavaScript, which is still very powerful. Like JavaScript is a Turing-complete language, so go to town.
Yeah. And then
Check it out. Just came out like last week.
Yeah, just a reminder, the code is Gemma, 10% off everything in the Adafruit store that's in stock. Get on it. All right, Lady Ada, we've got a lot of new products.
I know. I have to. I'm gonna wake up.
All right, here it is. It's new product time.
New.
No, there's a trumpet going on. You just can't hear
I sing along with the trumpet.
it. Okay. All right.
You're no fun.
I'm tired. Okay, let's start. Ready?
Yeah.
Set, go.
Okay. Heat sink tape. This is actually an awesome photo. This is like one of the best product photos we have. I love it because you can see the tape peeling off. So we have these heat sinks. We get more heat sinks, and these heat sinks are great for motor drivers, microcontrollers that are just doing a lot, microprocessors, whatever. Problem is, how do you get that heat sink onto your chip? Well, big chips have use heat sink paste or whatever, thermal paste, and then you have a clamp or something if you've ever built your own PC. But with these little guys, you can't really do that. So instead, what you do is you use this thin, electrically non-conductive but thermally conductive tape. It's basically like the thermal epoxy, but it's a very thin plastic.
So it's like a sheet of thermal epoxy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically it's not gooey. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with overhead.
So it comes in two sizes. We have one size that's like 1 inch. Oh, it's so cute. And then one size that's like, oh my God, it's so big. So this is like 80 millimeter by 80 millimeter. This is 25 by 25. So 1 inch by 1 inch and like 3 inch by 3 inch or whatever. And then you cut out a piece, as you can see, and you stick it onto the bottom here. And then when you're ready to go, you just peel the bottom part off.
You just peel and go.
Peel and stick. I'm not going to stick, but you peel it off and then you stick it. And then...
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry.
We're back.
And then it basically provides an excellent thermal conductivity, but not electrical conductivity. And it's very thin, so you get like a really good connection, and also it's even. Mm-hmm. So unlike with glues or paste, which are often uneven, so you don't get very good, you get bubbles and stuff. This is like nice and flat, and you squish it, and it's like perfect. Anyways, check the web page for it, the data sheet on it. It's the 3M8810.
Okay.
Great stuff. I don't know. Good if you want to use our heat sinks. People were asking for it because our heat sinks, they're excellent,
Okay.
but they don't come with
Next up,
thermal tape.
look at these buttons. This is another amazing photo. Look at this photo.
Skinny buttons.
Look at this. I'm gonna go through these photos.
Skinny buttons. Yeah, these are 6 millimeter by 3.5 millimeter buttons. They're extra skinny. So these are handy when you actually need a lot of buttons on a breadboard, and the other ones are a little bit big. You need to kind of like be able to get these with your fingernails, but I do like them. They also work great in perf boards, but you can see how nicely they set up here. Also, thanks to Phil for setting up this awesome Elmo and lighting. Look at how great it is. I can show off this stuff.
See, this looks good.
This looks really good.
Only took me a little
Took me
while.
4 years. But anyways,
Yeah.
we did it. We're winners.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can connect these buttons up either way, but they're really skinny, so you can fit a lot of them. And then, just in every other hole of a breadboard, perf board, whatever. And they're basically like any other switch. You can do a couple milliamps through them. They're not power switches, but
Yeah.
they're nice and clicky. Here, maybe you'll...
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, they're clicky. They're nice and clicky.
Okay.
I can hear them.
All right. Next up, this is completely sold out, so sign up for it. It's not in stock, sorry. But the Arduino Yun is here. We sold them all. There was none left. So here's the Yun. Here's a couple
Yun?
photos. Yun.
Yun?
Yun. And here we go.
Not Yun. It's Yun?
Yeah.
Uptown? Okay. So this is the Yun, and this is like the only one we have.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
We sold out instantly. And the Yun is kind of neat. There is Ethernet jack here. Maybe I'll back this up a little bit. Well, I got to figure out how to handle like big things. So there's an Ethernet jack, and then there's an Atmega 32U4, so it's like a Leonardo, and there's a micro jack, and then there's a USB host port, which goes to the Linux computer underneath here. There's a little like ICSP antenna, and it looks like maybe some sort of other external antenna option. They have these nice stickers on the side now. You can see, so you can.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Kind of idea.
Yeah.
So you can see all the analog pins and stuff. And then on the bottom, there's a micro SD card, so you can use as storage. More chips and stuff. I don't actually know. I just opened this, so I don't know exactly where everything is. And then this big can, and this can is where the Linux computer is underneath. So this is an interesting mix of basically a Wi-Fi router, essentially. The same chips that are in Wi-Fi routers, the little mini ones. And an Arduino chip, and they're tied together over a serial port, I guess pins 0 and 1. And there's a library to interface them. So this is another alternative for if you want to do Wi-Fi, because it's built in Wi-Fi, and it also does Ethernet. And there you can SSH into the Linux machine, I guess, somehow. I'm not 100% sure. There's an IP address and everything.
I think it's called, what is the name of the company that does
Dog Hunter or what?
No, Dog Hunter did
They did this.
the help to design, but then there's this other one. It's not
Tambu?
Tambu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tambu is
There's
kind
an
of like a
API,
cloud service
yeah.
that, like, let's say if you wanted to have this tweet and post to Facebook and
Gmail.
do,
It handles all the API stuff for you. So we haven't had a chance to play with this. We only got these on Friday or something, but it sounds really interesting. I'd like to check it out. Again, a lot of people ask, what's the difference between this and the electric amp and like a CC3000? This is very powerful because it has a Linux computer inside of it. Basically, it's like a mix of a Raspberry Pi speed processor. Maybe not a Raspberry Pi, but it's a little bit less than that. But it's still
it's powerful, and like the Raspberry Pi, it takes a lot of power.
It's not
going to be a portable project.
This is not this is not a portable project thing. Like, you can't really solar power it. I don't know that you can. It takes a while to set up and tear down not tear down, but to boot up and shut down.
Yeah.
So this is good for like standalone projects. You can plug it into power and settle it. Although it doesn't have a DC jack anymore, so you would power this through maybe a USB wall adapter instead of a DC jack. That's another trade-off. So, but it's interesting. It seems really powerful, and it'll be neat to see what, because with a USB port, you can actually connect like a sound card, or you can connect a USB key or whatever you want. So as people do more with this processor, we'll also take this can off and get some photos of what's underneath here, because that'd be interesting to see.
Okay. We better speed it up a little bit.
Moving right along.
Yeah, so we get through these.
Yeah, but this was the most exciting thing.
Yeah. All right, we got the Thames and Cosmos electronic kit. We looked at this for a while, and we decided to pick it up. I'll grab this here.
Yeah, it's a kind of a solderless plug and play.
Yeah. So
transistors, LEDs type learning kit. We
so,
really like the design though.
Yeah. So we know these folks. I talked to them a bunch of times over the years. Here it is. It's for ages 8 and up. There's 21 experiments. There's a really nice manual, and there is a lot of places that sell these types of things. And I'll just say this: it's made in Germany. And when something's made in Germany, it's usually really good, and this is the case. There's a lot of cheap, crappy electronic, all-in-one kits and everything. You can get these anywhere, but we decided only to carry one. This is the one that we think is really good.
I also like that it has kind of like a breadboard style.
Yeah.
So it's actually much more, I don't say like realistic, but it's not as, like when you snap circuits, I think you don't get that feel of like wiring stuff up. This is actually, it's basically just a basic breadboard, but it's a little easier to see what's going on with the connections.
Yeah. Okay, next up. We finally got these in.
Yeah, sorry it took me so long.
And check this out, I got an animated GIF. Boop. Boop. And then I got some pictures. John took these pictures, these are nice pictures. one of my favorite projects out there in the world is the little knock thing where you have a knock that you do, and then it if you do the right knock, it'll open up the door. So here you go.
Okay, so this is a solenoid, and it's a special solenoid. I'll turn it on over here. When you power it, it's a pull solenoid, so the slug goes in. Turn off the power. When there's no power, it's springy. So this makes it excellent for making some sort of lock mechanism. It's actually, these are used in safes and cabinets. And I don't think we have time, but if you undo these screws and you remove a little C-pin, you can twist this part around. So this guy, see how it's like the slant is this way? But depending on how you mount it, you may want the slant in any of the other 90-degree angles. So you can open it up and change that around. It just comes to us this way. And give it 12 volts, about 500 milliamps. And you can make your own lock. And I like it has these nice big mounting tabs. Really easy. Hey, no, stop.
Okay. Can the plunger be rotated?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yes. Okay, great. Next up.
Turn it off. Put it away.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure it's turned off.
It's off.
I'm going to really make sure it's turned off. Let's keep.
I know electronics here.
I know you do. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Noodle cable.
Noodle cable.
Yeah. Here's a nice photo. And we also cut it in half so you can see.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'll show you. This is really fast.
Good wires in here. All right.
These are fun. These are really popular. I'm starting to see these in products. They're like super skinny little USB cables.
Yeah, they don't tangle up as much
They don't
either.
tangle up as easily, and they're kind of cute. And I don't know. They come in Adafruit black, and they're very slimming, and they look like linguine, and
yeah.
they're a lot lighter, and they take up a lot of space.
Okay, moving right along. We got other cables, you know.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that. Here they are. It's just like 3-in-1 thing. You got this 3-in-1 cable.
We have a 3-in-1 cable because we actually used to have a cable like this for the Minty Boost, and then the company discontinued. And the cables weren't very good either, and these are a lot better.
And this is charging.
This is a charging and data cable.
And data.
I will
Both.
explain in a moment
Okay.
how it works. So this cable, it's a 3-in-1 cable. Whoa.
Yep.
Other camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going there.
So this is a 3-in-1 cable. So you have USB here. So this is your standard USB connector. And then on the other end, you have 3 ends. You've got your classic iPod and early iPad and iPhone 30 pins, a standard iDevice 30 pin. You have a micro USB, also very standard. Almost every other phone uses micro USB, and Lightning, which is like the iPhone 5, iPad 3 connector. To be clear, you should only charge one device at a time with these. Again, these are meant for charging. The iPod and the micro USB cables are charging only. Only the power and ground lines are connected. The data lines are not connected on the inside. I opened one up and I verified. However, the Lightning cable does have data connected to it. So you can use this to do data transfer with your iPad 3 or your iPhone 5, but it's only for charging on anything with micro USB or iPod 30 pin.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep moving. All right. This next one is a coming soon. This is the Raspberry Pi hub. We have one. This is from our friends at Pi Moroni. They sent us one. We're going to be stocking, and I think we're going to be like one of the first and only U.S. retailers to have this. So here it is. It's a little Raspberry Pi hub.
Notice a noodle cable.
Yeah, a little Raspberry Pi hub.
It's so cute. It's a 4-port hub. There's 4 ports. There's a sample.
Yeah.
It looks lovely. One port can do 1 amp or more, and the other 3 are kind of standard 500 milliamp. It's a USB 2 hub, so it works great with video devices.
Yeah.
And such, and there's the USB in, and then there's it has a 2.5 millimeter jack, and it comes with a nice USB power adapter, wall adapter for use as well. So we don't have that yet. They're still working on getting the whole shipment to us. Like 5-volt 2 amps.
10% of the sales of this go to
The Pi Foundation.
The Pi Foundation.
Because
That's really
it's
cool.
got this Pi logo.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we're gonna keep moving along, Lady Ada. We're gonna wrap the show up.
Gotta wrap this up. Almost done.
Gotta wrap it up. But we got these Otter cases that just came in.
These are just an update of the Otter 2000. The Otter 2000 was discontinued, and now they have this Otter 40. I don't know. It's basically the same thing, but it's got these rubber things on the inside that kind of cushion a little bit, and it's got more mounting grip type stuff.
Yeah.
It's an upgrade. It's a much nicer case. We don't have CAD files for it though, so
Yeah.
Get one to see if stuff will fit in it.
Still
it's basically the same
completely made out of otters.
size. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They squeezed otters
Yeah.
to make this box.
And then next up, the I think maybe besides the Yoon, this is the star of the new product
star.
night. Say hello to Gemma.
Yes.
This
It
is
only took me 8 months, but
this is Gemma.
I got it out.
We announced this in January, and Gemma
What's
is
funny
now
is
shipping.
Gemma came before Trinket, but I still finished the Trinket before the
Yeah,
Gemma.
and just to show folks, Flora is
On the left.
on the left. It's the larger one. Then there's Gemma, and there's Trinket. And this is all part of our platforms that we put out there and like to see people do cool and amazing stuff. So, what is this Gemma thing? What chip does it use? What is it cool about it?
Gemma is basically, we wanted to make a very low cost, very low power wearable, sewable platform. So the Flora is very powerful. It can do a lot. And we have a lot of sensors and projects for it. But we wanted something that was small enough that you could run off a small battery for a very long time. Maybe it wasn't as intense and powerful and couldn't do as much. But for a lot of people's projects, just want, like, I want some LEDs to light up, or maybe
Yeah.
I want it to just beep or blink something very simple. Like, for example, Becky,
Yeah.
on Friday, I gave her a
You can
bunch
turn
of...
the overhead lights off, and these are
Yeah.
earrings, actually.
Hold on, I gotta plug the power in. So this is, she made these earrings. And so, like, this is something that you couldn't do if you didn't have something really small.
Yeah.
So, lamp, and moving the overhead, I can show it off.
Yeah.
Whoa. Nope, that's not.
Oh, look at that, though. Hey, look at that.
That's not really what I went to. But, so you can see the LEDs. How do
Actually,
I-
you know what? This is, you know what?
Yeah.
Go back to that, because if you put the light on in the background, it actually makes it so you can see the LEDs. Do that again.
No, you can see them now.
Yeah, but do that again.
Okay, hold on.
And we're just trying to figure out, is there like an awesome way?
That's
No,
the top
next one,
light.
yeah.
And then there's the bottom light. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, you can see the individual ones.
You can see,
Ah.
like, the chip inside.
Yeah.
This one's like dying. Oh no, it's just really dim.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so I don't know why the blue is. I don't know what she programmed in, but she. This is these basically little earrings that she made, and they have a Gemma on the inside, and then NeoPixel ring, and then a little battery on the back. And this is something that can run for a couple hours. It's really small. It's really simple. It's basically the same as the code that Phil B wrote for the goggles. By an earring mode, so you can change the colors and reprogram it over USB. And it's not as powerful as the Flora, but that's okay for something as simple as this, a simple project. It's only $8, and it uses a lot less power.
Yeah.
So it's really good for little projects. Also, like, a Flora is something that it's like something that you might hesitate to embed permanently into a project, because you're like, oh, once it's embedded, you have to get another Flora. This one, with Gemma, it's not as big of a deal, because, again, it's so small and low cost that you can dedicate one to each earring, and it's like, cool, not a problem.
Yeah. I like that effect with the white behind it, because what it does is it makes the LEDs not as doesn't blow out the camera as much. So it's not yeah.
It's kind of weird. Anyway, so that's the it's about an inch in diameter.
Yeah.
And it uses the AT-Tiny 85, and it's basically the same as a Trinket, but round. So it has a USB bootloader, so you can program it over the Arduino IDE. It works really well. It has 3 I/O pins, but you can do a lot with 3 I/O pins. Again, you can run NeoPixels. We'll probably try to get it running some of our sensors as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's new products, Lady Ada. Good work.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more
You
demos.
did.
We'll see maybe a couple of projects, one a week for the next few weeks.
Yeah, Becky has a ton of cool projects that she's working on. It's going to be neat. Okay, just real quick, anything that you saw, 10% off in the Adafruit store if we have it in stock. Code's gonna expire in about an hour.
Yeah.
So
will we.
So get on that. Yeah, it's true. We're really tired. We're gonna do just a few quick questions right now, and then we're gonna give away a Gemma.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have any guns to give away.
No, we don't.
But
okay.
Gemma is a star.
Yeah. Ask your engineering question, folks. We're gonna do a little bit of a speed round,
And earring.
and then we're gonna get out of here. Someone wanted to know before: is it possible to use the Yoon as a access point? I think you can.
I believe you can.
Yeah.
I personally don't know, because I haven't even managed to turn it on, but I'm pretty sure you can
Yeah, I
use
think
it
you
as a
can too.
router or an access point.
Yeah. And then for the, we already answered the question. For the solenoid that's a lock, you can...
Yeah, you can twist it.
Yeah, you can twist that.
Did not have, it takes a minute or two, so I don't want to show what we're running out of time.
Yeah, that's a nice earring you got there.
Yeah, I only have one earring on that ear. This ear isn't pierced, so I can't can hold it, but it's not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
That's a nice earring. Why are our blue?
Our PCBs?
Yeah, we have different color PCBs, but
We have different, like the NeoPixel stuff is black.
yeah,
Because we think it shows up better, but I actually just like blue. I like the color blue. Green is a little bit like, it's kind of boring.
yeah. I think green.
And white's okay, but it's sometimes when you oven it, it yellows a little bit. I always thought that was a little
Yeah,
tacky.
I think for designers, we like black, but for kids, black isn't the best color because you can't see the traces
You can't
as
see
easy.
the traces as easily. Whereas blue, you can see them pretty well.
For wearables, we think black is the best color. When I have a choice,
Yeah, Gemma's black, right?
Yeah. When I have a choice, I like to see black circuit boards personally. With some of the LED things, we try to use black. I think white circuit boards tend to look cheap.
They can, depends.
Yeah.
Yellow definitely looks very unusual. And then purple isn't always available.
Yeah.
Light blue is Arduino.
Yeah.
They have
And Seed and SparkFun usually do red. Or some of
does
the
purple.
FPGA boards are red now, and Dangerous Prototypes uses red.
Blue. Actually, I always liked blue PCBs.
Okay, more questions. When will the unit be back in stock? Probably in a couple of weeks.
soon as
we
Arduino
ordered
sends us more.
we ordered a bunch.
We ordered the maximum number you can order.
Does the Uno have enough RAM to run 40-ish NeoPixels and a CC3000?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
CC3000 actually does not take that much RAM.
Are we working on a new MicroTouch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ish.
It's not out yet.
It's
Don't
not
ask.
exactly the same.
Yeah. Are there any plans to update the Wave Shield to come pre-assembled with SMD components?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, but it's a slow process.
Yeah. Pretty much all of the shields that we have that are popular.
It's the last one. It's the last shield that we're going to do it's going to be SMDIs. We SMDified the GPS shield first because that was kind of the easiest with the Ultimate GPS. We did the motor shield. We upgraded the motor drivers to be much better. We also made it use a lot less pins, a stackable design, so that took a long time, but we did that. And then the SD data logger shield was pretty much direct. The Wave shield's going to be a little different.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
we got plans.
Because the problem is when I designed it, the Uno was the Duemilino was the only Arduino out there. Now there's so many that it's not... the compatibility isn't as good, so I'm going to try to make it so it's compatible across all the different Arduinos. And also make it so you can load files easier and stuff.
Okay. Oh, just a little follow-up. Someone mentioned, our Perma Proto boards are white because we want them to look like a breadboard.
Those are accepted.
But they don't go through the oven or
They don't
anything
go through
like
the oven,
that.
so that's why. Because sometimes they yellow a little bit. I mean, now we have a very good oven, so it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But still, it was. They sometimes they kind of turn a strange color.
Okay. Would the Firewalker shoes work with a 4 AA battery holder instead?
You could, but it would be really chunky. I would stick to 3 AAAs.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends. So I was looking at people's shoes, walking around Soho, which is kind of like a happening area, especially during Fashion Week. One of the new styles of shoes is like these big, like the shoes are really big.
Yeah.
Like they're huge. Like shoes are huge. Like Bill and Ted, like when they went in the future, everyone had the giant shoes, like that style. Like there's Converse and they look like leaves coming out. And then like the new Nikes and all that, every big shoe. For me, that's good because I want to put electronics on shoes. So if the shoes are kind of big, then you can put more electronics in them. All right.
Yeah.
Next up. Do you have any plans to make a Trinket that can run an OLED?
The Pro Trinket might be able to, but I'm still designing it.
Okay. Ooh, Pro Trinket. Next up. Will we have Bluetooth in the store? Yeah, we're working on it.
Still working on it.
And then how can I access files on a Pi by plugging an XD card into a computer and using an adapter? How can you access?
You can get files on and off the Pi by putting it in the /boot directory, which is the same as what you see when you plug in the SD card into your computer.
Yeah.
So just copy your files into /boot. Just make a new folder in /boot called like My Files.
Yeah.
And you can copy your files there, and that's one way to do it. Or you can use Samba There's
Yeah.
tutorials on how to do that, where you can like network share.
Okay.
That's the way to do it.
All right. It's now time to
Or you can plug in a USB key.
trivia question time.
Okay.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta go. I think there's some questions.
Yeah, you did great.
I was lucid.
Speed round.
Nice work, me.
Yeah. Okay, trivia question. What are the rules, Lady Ada?
Rules are if you won something from our fabulous trivia contest, you can't enter again, only one winner per hour lifetime. First person to type in the correct answer with spelling and all the good things, details, whatever decimal points,
You're gonna win a Gemma.
wins a Gemma,
Yeah. Okay.
just like the one I'm wearing right now.
Ready? Here you go. What chip does a Gemma use?
Yeah,
Very easy to do.
just look at the page. What is
Yeah.
the microcontroller?
What chip does?
And I'll just tell you right now, it's not called Arduino. That's not the name of the chip. That's not it.
Yeah.
So look for the part number,
Yeah.
either on a very close-up photo, or just read the product page. If you love Gemma, you would know this. If you really wanted one.
Okay. ATTiny85. Marshall.
Nice work.
Marshall, email support@adafruit.com and you will get
This Gemma.
this Gemma and the giant backdrop that goes with it. So this will be a really big package. Make sure,
It looks like it's so big.
yeah, we have a
like floating
tractor
through.
trailer that will be delivering it.
Beep, beep, beep.
Don't forget, everyone, the code tonight is Gemma. It'll expire within an hour.
Oh, you know what? We forgot to mention there's also a new tutorial about Gemma.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, the,
Which one?
the introducing Gemma tutorial.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
sorry.
There's a Gemma tutorial that goes with Gemma.
Yeah, so if you want to learn all
Okay.
about this thing, learn.adafruit.com/introducing-Gemma. Or just
Okay.
go there.
Marshall, don't forget to email support@adafruit.com.
Get your Gemma.
So with that, here's a picture of a cat. MOSFET is chilling out today. He's been
We have to put some Gemmas on the cat.
gonna put some Gemmas on the cat. We'll see everybody next week. If all goes well, this is the plan for next week. I actually don't
Next
know.
week.
I don't actually know what's gonna happen. Our friends at SparkFun are coming on the show. We're gonna have their COO, their director of engineering, one of their purchasers, their wearables person. They're going through.
gonna be a party.
They're going through some rough times right now with all the floods out there. So
yeah.
we're
They
talking.
might come here and stay here.
We're talking to them to make sure they're okay. So far, they said they're okay. Everyone's okay there.
Yeah, there's, like,
we got hit with Sandy last
crazy
year.
flooding.
They're getting hit with flooding
Flash
this
flood.
year. But that'll be the show next week. I'm going to confirm during the week to make sure it's all happening. So if
Unless
you have,
there's,
if you have
I don't know if
questions,
there's natural disasters affected stuff, but
Yeah.
if it hasn't,
if you have questions for SparkFun, save them up. They'll be here.
COO, wearable, and what
Yeah.
was the third one?
Engineering.
Engineering.
Yeah. So they'll be here next week. Anyways.
This is your chance to ask Lily Pet questions.
Yeah, you can ask Lily Pad questions. You can ask all sorts of questions. And we'll be at Maker Faire Saturday or Sunday walking around.
Yeah.
So we'll see some of you there. So with that being said, we'll do Moment of Zener. Bye, everybody. Say bye.